This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we get to take a run with probably the most requested card, if one were to actually read YouTube comments, Discord DMs, Twitter DMs, ats from other tweets, Patreon messages, and of course the one in bestofone@gmail.com. If one were to read all of those things, by far the most requested deck is TERGRID. TERGRID, God of Fright. The 4/5 5-mana menace legendary thing with a lantern on the back that lets you gain control of stuff when the opponent has to discard or sacrifice it. And I have been sent more TERGRID decks than I can count. There is not a day that goes by that somebody doesn't send me another deck that is either mono black or black and white and has like a whole bunch of acquisitions experts and whatever the elf is that makes you discard cards and a whole bunch of like mind rot effects like Inscription of Ruin and Doom Foretold or stuff like that and Rankle, and is like, I win 1,000,000 billion% of the games I play with this deck. You have to play it. And they've gotten me, you know, they've clickbaited me plenty of times where I like sleeve it up and I start recording and it's terrible. It's always terrible. Those decks just, they don't work at a high level in those shells, specifically like the mono black, black white shells in current competitive standard. Not where I'm playing. It always fails. But maybe I found something that can do the job. Big surprise. Take bad deck, add blue. Deck get better, and your eyes do not deceive you. Second GRIXIS deck this week. What is happening on the channel? So I wanted to pair TERGRID, the God of Fright, with good cards. I know that this sounds really condescending and lame, but the honest truth is that the biggest problem with cards like Acquisitions Expert is that they're just low impact. They're not powerful cards, and we live in a powerful standard. Like people are Ember Cleaving, people are playing Lovestruck Beast, people are casting Emergent Ultimatum, rogues are doing rogue things. Like you've got to come correct, as they would say. And TERGRID needs, like, TERGRID on its own is not a very powerful card. Very low board impact, 5 mana, do nothing, like when it hits the battlefield on its own. So the cards around it have to carry it. So we need a good card to surround TERGRID. So a good card to activate TERGRID's ability is Kroxa. Like, Kroxa is a generically good card, but it's also a card that doesn't produce board presence and isn't universally played. At least it gives you a good game against rogues. Pairing TERGRID with Kroxa sounded really good to me, so we started there. Soul Shatter is decent. This makes an opponent sacrifice a creature or planeswalker with the highest mana value, which is a great hit for TERGRID, and it's very good in a format full of Goldspan dragons using negates and Saw It Comings to try to protect them because you don't give them a treasure, and it's very good against decks that plan to protect their Winota with a Selfless Savior. So Soul Shatter gets the job done there. I think that the one that catches people off guard is Prismari Command. Prismari Command is a sweet card anyway, used across multiple archetypes, but here in Grixis TERGRID, you can, if your opponent doesn't have cards in their hand, you can target them with the second mode. Target player draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards. You will get those 2 cards if they are permanents. You can also use it on the opponent when they do have cards in their hand, but you're giving them a bit of a selection bonus. But if they discard any permanent cards, you gain control of them with TERGRID, the God of Fright. Another cool thing to keep in mind with TERGRID, God of Fright, is if a saga hits chapter 3, it sacrifices. Like, that's the special hidden text on sagas. When the final chapter goes off, there is a sacrifice trigger, which means you gain control of the saga. So sometimes you just play this when your opponent is tapped out and has a saga that's about to expire the next turn, and you will gain control of that saga. It's pretty cool. The rest of the deck, we're trying to control our opponent and keep them from taking over the game. We have Extinction Event. I started with Shadow's Verdict. It's a non-bow with Kroxa. Learned that lesson the hard way. Mystical Dispute, Disdainful Stroke, Essence Scatter, Negate, and Test of Talents are counter spells that give the opponent some fits, hopefully. 2 copies of Heartless Act to keep a few more things dead. Just wanted a bit more cheap removal. And 4 copies of Maze Mind Tome and 4 copies of Expressive Iteration to try to tie the room together and make sure that we hit our land drops and get the cards that we need. It's Lantern Control, which is a deck in Modern, which has nothing to do with TERGRID's Lantern, but it's fun to say. and I'm excited to share it with you today. So let's dive in. Let the lantern nonsense begin. Prismari Command, Soul Shatter, slow hand, but on the play should be okay. Straight to Swampland. Good old white decks. Red, blue. There we go. And that's how we get the GRIXIS trifecta. Forgot to bluff on my turn, though. They should know. They should know I don't have anything. But now they are doubting. They are doubting that they know. All right. Well, that card can be an annoying one. I think we definitely get the third man online. Don't take another turn off. Let's start Prismari commanding some of these little critters. We are about to get hit, I bet, by Elite Spellbinder. I'm confident that is going to happen. All right. You know, sacrificing that won't do anything because there's 2 targets. Other than waste some mana, that's cool. I mean, that's cool with me. I still get the treasure. All right, untap land and we slam TERGRID. That's exciting. Untapped land. Let's go. Did it. Wow. Deck is going crazy. Let's go get a red because the temple produces the 2 other colors. And the treasure can make the black. And we'll see if they run things to deal with TERGRID. A lot of the white decks just don't. Giant Killer's the most popular. A lot of decks just don't play that. If they sacrifice their LC to protect something, we get control of it. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest mana value. Rip. Okay. Now what? We can get their bounty, which has lifelink, but I don't think that's particularly exciting. I think so I can also Prismari Command, and I can make them draw 2, discard 2, and get the 2 cards. I can also pick off the bounty, which I don't think is very exciting. Let's attack. Maybe they double block out of nonsensicalness. TERGRID does have menace, after all. All right. Let's have a look here. Heartless Act. That's a good one. So next turn we'll have a solution potentially to the Angel if we take out the bounty or cast the Soul Shatter. Let's get the Lantern cooking. TERGRID plus Lantern living together. Mass hysteria. If the opponent plays a Skyclave Apparition, gaining control of that doesn't sound bad. Oh, come on now. That's a lot of angel power. That's a bit much. Okay. Would you like to sacrifice? Okay, down to 13, facing lethal. See if they go in for the double block. Oh, they do. This gives us a chance. Probably should have just gone for the win. Get another black. Why not? So we're getting close to where I'm tempted to command them, but let's just hold up. This Soul Shatter could be good. Give me something good. Luminarch Aspirant. Not good. Let's see where you put that counter. On the Angel or the Bounty? On the Angel. Not good. All right. Target. 13. 13. If I gain control of the Aspirant, we can hope that... Let's do it like this. All right. See if the opponent knows how their cards work. 2 damage here. Target you to draw 2, discard 2. All right, does not sacrifice the bounty. Shows they might know how their cards work. Because if they sacrifice the bounty to protect, we gain control of it. If they discard permanents, we gain control of them. Also, this is combat, so if they discard a creature, it can block the bounty. Did they draw a giant killer and they're trying to kill this with it on the stack or something? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a card. Now let's see if they sacrifice the bounty. That would be really weird and somewhat funny. Down to 8. Righteous Valkyrie. Gaining control of that is really interesting. Nice! I know. I know. It's so nice. Would you like to hand it over? It's a nice card. May I has it? All right. Soul Shatter says, gimme. And now I got a flyer that can block. Not you. Just the Menace. Down to 6, facing the Lantern. Let's play the Tome. I think we might get out of this. We're facing a pretty odd white build with 3 copies of Starnheim Unleashed. Trying to build some resiliency into this pile. CGB, what have I told you about picking at your teeth on camera? Look, I had a lot of bacon for breakfast. When the bits get stuck in the teeth, it's distracting. Can't be on top of your game with bacon stuck in your teeth. That's just a fact. Guys, moment of truth. I think we take this. I think I'm supposed to take this and find lethal next turn instead of trying to claw it out against these angels. Ripperoonie. Okay then. Mazemind Tome. If I name odd, I lose TERGRID. If I name even, they lose this angel. TERGRID gets in for 4. Lantern, they have to discard a card. I have a blocker. I think this is it. Depending what's in their hand, we can gain control of it with the Lantern. All right. I think we keep that. So we make them make the choice first, but they'll just sacrifice this, right? So we do this first. They wouldn't necessarily sacrifice it, but I think it's reasonable that they would come to the conclusion that they need to protect their Baneslayer. All right, nice! Yeah, who's playing your deck now? Angel of Destiny, 2/6 double strike, and we gain life equal to its toughness. Oh yeah, who's playing your deck now? Daddy's home, down to 2. And we gain some life. Okay, back up to 6. Forgot the text of the card. Other creatures I control have sorta lifelink, but we are up to 13 and rolling. Drop another red. Good game. Yep, sweet deck. May I play it? 'Twas fun. Naya Zoo. Our opponent has announced their archetype. If they're not playing the Naya Adventure deck, they're just a liar. Yorion. Liar confirmed. Double TERGRID hand added again. We'll need to find blue, but we can do it. Tangled Florahedron. That goes into some of the Sultai Ultimatum decks. It wouldn't be too surprising. Let's go ahead and scry. There are a lot of draws in the deck we don't want, although more Tome is not one of them. Maybe that was supposed to be red because of the temples in the deck. Let's just pass turn here and draw instead of playing out second Tome. Cultivate! If it weren't Cultivate, What would it be? It had to be Cultivate. So what do you think? Do we start the Lantern Party right away? How many ways do they have to kill TERGRIDs? They have Binding, of course, which kills either side. And then they usually have Heartless Act. If a TERGRID actually sticks to the battlefield, though, it's pretty strong. Maybe we should just get more control cards and keep building up resources. It's also kind of fun to catch them with a TERGRID on the field and a Saga on the field, because at the end it sacrifices. Sorry for the big brains just sitting around using my brain. It's a lot of work. This matchup is pretty tough, but it's interesting. There's a lot going on. All right. So Ultimatum could be on tap next turn, so we can't play a TERGRID next turn. I thought we'd get another window. The opponent denied us that. Lots of Florahedrons. We want them to just... I want the blue mana to just casually slip out next turn. I guess we save both of these, right? Because we have a counter. We'll scry with them when we run out of those. Ah, there's Kroxa. Well, Kroxa can hit the field. Let's start taking some cards away from you. Heartless Act gone. Yep, keep them coming. Once we get rid of all those, the TERGRID gets really interesting. Binding. All right, Binding located. Opponent's probably going to buy Yorion with the other mana. Why would you go with the one with more counters? Seems weird. All right, so they have Binding next turn. Mystical Dispute, huh? That might not be able to catch that Yorion. So let's see, they play Yorion. They flicker Binding, so we don't want to put a TERGRID on the battlefield. Let's get another blue handy. Guess we're going to draw with this. Say go. I know, not the most exciting turn you've ever seen. My plan is to drop a TERGRID and try to protect it with counter magic so that we get their Binding when it's about to go off. I guess we could draw an Essence Scatter, so let's try. On the bright side, these tomes are going to the graveyard. They can bring out a Kroxa. Caw! We're almost to where we can play TERGRID and a Soul Shatter. That could be fun. We got a lot of work to do. Should we Soul Shatter this Yorion and just get rid of it now? We have this open window, and I don't think that lining these up is going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, let's do it. 5 cards in graveyard. Prismari Command. We can kill off the Florahedron, draw discard. I don't know if the draw discard is going to do much for us, though. We might need the Mystical Dispute. So we could play this on blue. We could also just make a treasure. Yeah, I guess I like my hand a good amount. Oh, we have cycled that Triumph. Do we need another blue? I think if we don't have another black available, we'll live to regret it. And Kroxa could come out here. But if Kroxa comes out, we're reliant on Mystical Dispute to stop an ultimatum, and if they have an untapped land, that won't work. So let's give it another turn. Patience, patience, patience. Oh no, not that, anything but that. And then there were none. There's still a Kiora Best the Sea God, and a Mystical Dispute isn't going to counter it. So we have to, although getting that with a TERGRID sounds nice. So what's in here that we're worried about? Heartless Act, Binding, Mystical Dispute. There's 2 copies of Behold the Multiverse. There's a Duress. Everybody's got a slightly different Sultai pile, don't they? But we don't have to worry about ultimatums anymore. Can we Kroxa our way through this Kiora Best the Sea God anytime soon? If we steal this, it doesn't get us anything and it doesn't kill anything, right? Because I have nothing on the board to kill. So playing this out right now just gets us the Saga. A Saga that does nothing. It's not impressive. So I think instead we want to do like Lantern Kroxa. Oh, if they discard a permanent, we get the permanent. When I say it does nothing, I don't mean that, do I? At all. All right, let's go. Black or red? At this point, just stealing the binding when it goes off is the alpha move, that's all. Mine. Mine! I wish I could play it on blue. Alpha move. You know, this is a little unfortunate. The opponent might not have identified that when the last chapter of a saga goes off, you gain control of the saga, right? So now maybe they're going to be reluctant with the Kiora Best the Sea God. Although I'm not sure how that works. If they steal the TERGRID, what happens? Right? Anyway, when we attack with our Kroxa and our TERGRID and they discard a card and we gain control of it, what do we need here? What do we need? Extinction Event is nice, but it doesn't really solve the problem. Heartless Act, Prismari Command is really interesting. Hand. Library Exile. Scry. Kroxa. Seems fun. Geronimo. Oh, this is Foretold? Oh, that's not good. I thought, oh man, I missed that this was Foretold. This must be an All-Runs Epiphany. I thought I didn't see enough of them. That's really rough. That is so rough. What could we hit? I don't know. So many options. Down to 10. So, Lantern does 3. Let's go like this. Create a treasure, draw 2, discard 2. You are going to draw 2, discard 2. We're going to see what I get control of here. A land and an omen, you say? Did we play a land this turn? We played the Temple. Yeah, let's just take this. All right, and I get this passage anyway. Feels good. Kroxa you, and then Lantern you? I don't think that holding up the counter spells is going to do us any good. Go to 4? Are we going to lose to this all runs Epiphany? I think we just lose to it, right? Because we go down to 11, and then they attack us for 10, and they gain control of something. They gave up the Kraken. No, we go to 1 in that case. We would go to 1. So what are they going to do? Gain control of the TERGRID? They top deck Cultivate. That's good for us. I'm really curious. Are we going to get control of this Kiora Best the Sea God next turn? Or is the opponent... Like, they have to take the Lantern, don't they? Okay, so we don't get the Saga because they gained control of TERGRID. But now we have the Lantern that's going to go off. And they're only on 7. And they play out their land. You got to hold your lands against Lantern. No! 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 No, not like this. Not like this. All right, we have 6 cards in graveyard. We can bring out Croxa. It's not quite the end of the world. The birds! You're losing your birds. All right. If we play this on red, then we only need 1 mountain. And then black and blue, so we go like this. Not the binding, not the binding again. I wish I'd never recovered this binding. It did nothing for me. It did everything for you. Disgusting. Disgusting. All right. Come on out, buddy. It's time to shine. The duress. Classic. All right. TERGRID, you going back to my graveyard here? Odd. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. TERGRID, I'm sorry. I have to exile my own bay. Oh. Got there. Got there. What? That was a sweet game. That was a lot of nonsense. Why'd it have to be on the draw? Otherwise, it was a pretty good hand. We got to keep it, though. There's no way we mulligan a hand this sweet. The Shield Mate. All right, the dwarves are coming. Nice 2-drop draw there for being on the draw. Although we may still need to play the Tome. Nope, we need to play the Magda. I mean, we need to kill the Magda. I mean, we're dead. We're just dead, right? Go. Wait till they enter combat because they might just slam a Winota here. Or another Magda. Yeah, just, there we go. That's the kind of turn we're looking for. Just be a little 1-3. Don't cause any trouble, okay? I think the opponent needed the untapped land there to slam the Joiner of Forces. All right, I was holding up Soul Shatter and Disdainful Stroke, and I'm gonna be punished. So this is interesting. What do we do this turn? Okay, good, we drew land. If we hadn't drawn that land, I'd be pretty worried. Now we can develop our Tome and still hold up Stroke. If the opponent plays a 3rd little creature, things get complicated quickly. But right now the clock isn't overwhelming. All right, they found the land. Do they go for Winota? Hell yeah, they do. No. No. Denied. All right, what are we looking for? Untapped land would be nice. More Soul Shatters, stop more Winotas. So I guess I'll take it. It does mean that we have to take a lot more damage from these dorks. They also have to draw an untapped land. Do you think we can draw an untapped land? Can we do it? All right, so if we miss in our top 3 on untapped lands, and our opponent hits untapped land off the top, they might get to Winota us, and we could lose the game. Gamble. Gambles. Content plays. Untapped land confirmed. Extinction events looking sweet. You go back in the library. You go into exile. What are we fetching? I think Croxa mana would be to get another black here. Oops. Are they going to play the classic post-combat Blade Historian? Not yet. All right, we're going to draw first. Just see if it tells us which land to fetch. Okay, well that means this could be another blue. And I do want this Prismari Command shuffled back in, so let's shuffle. All right, guys. Holding up Soul Shatter makes sense. Holding up Extinction Event's been fun. Getting a Lantern on the battlefield sounds good. We could also just slam the TERGRID, and then if the Savior ever sacks, we get it. But I think we need to keep holding up Shatter. These tomes are doing exactly what we need them to do. They're just getting us ahead in this game. Our opponent's pressure isn't enough, and the life gain will offset it pretty well. You oops so much. What did you do? What went so wrong? Was it the 4th land conundrum? Do you think their hand is 3 Winota, 3 Blade Historian? It's possible. Oh, bone. Oh, that. It's sad. It just kind of makes me sad. I don't know what to say. I don't think I Extinction Event these two, but I'm thinking about it. Should I give them a treasure? If I give them a treasure, will they feel better about everything? Because we're still like on the verge, right? We could still lose. There's the 4th land. There's the 4th land. There's the Winota. Please sacrifice that Winota. Your dog will not save it. No, don't do that. No. No. Do not use the Savior on the Winota. Okay. You scared me there, opponent. Thought you might be losing your mind a little. And I lose my mind when I get mana screwed. That is just a legit play. It happens, right? All right, guys. It's time to begin ultimate suffering. The God of Fright has arrived. What? What's this? All right. I see how it's gonna be. Let's see if we can get something out of the deal. The opponent doesn't have spells in their deck, so we're probably gonna get some creatures out of this. Draw 2, now you will discard 2. I will has these 2. Mine. Make them even so I can Extinction Event, please. Aw, baby. A little ramp, a little blamp. Would you like to gain control of your own Magda? You know what? That was a mistake. I should have waited till the Akron War targeted. What if I had hit a Winota? The opponent Big Brain could have discarded Winota, then gained control on Winota, then attacked with Shieldmate to trigger Winota. But then I just block and they get one extra thing and it's no big deal. Probably too excited about that play, if I'm being honest. Yeah, come at me, bro. All right, let's see what we draw. Test of Talents, probably useless in this matchup. What the heck is this game? I've got your cards, you've got my cards. Round and round we go. I think this is the safe play. It leaves up the Soul Shatter. Now, if we get this TERGRID down next turn, when the Saga pops, we gain control of it. I don't want them to know that, so we're not going to play it yet. Dragon. Could Soul Shatter it. Or TERGRID Soul Shatter. Let's gain some life. Down to 8. My turn. Let's draw again. It's about to get dirty. Really dirty. They're not gonna like it. So hold the Soul Shatter because this is going to go off and we're going to get the Gold Band Dragon. This has to attack. This is going to die. See ya, Magda. But this is mine. And so is this. Ooh. Oh, it's so sweet. What a monster I've become. All right. My Kenrin. My Kenny boy. All creatures gain trample and haste. Don't forget to put a +1/+1 counter on him. Come on, do it for me. All right, fine. I'll do it myself. I will do it myself. +1/+1 counter. Well done. You love to see it. My Kenny. My turn. And now, for the coup de grace. See? Owner's control. See? I know what I'm doing. I just wanted to make sure it got exiled. I know how my cards work. Don't miss lethal. The internet won't like it. They're very, very particulars. Props to the opponent for playing it out. That game got ugly quick, but we got to have a lot more nonsense because they stuck around. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and let's check the stats powered by Untap.gg. Check out the companion app, please download it, link in description. It does support the channel, even if you just try it out for free. And we actually did really good with this deck. So first of all, shorter video today, only 3 games. I need to go work on some 100-card historic brawl format stuff, which hopefully those videos will come out later today if I do a good job getting my work done today, but hopefully soon because I'm excited about that format. And I also played this deck a lot on stream yesterday, and we'll get to the plug on how you can watch those videos in a minute. But if we combine the matches from yesterday's stream and from today, what we did today, we get a, yes, of course, a TERGRID GRIXIS pile with a 69% win rate. Nice. If you put a nice in the comment, I know you stayed till the end. 9-4 in matches, 4-0 against mono white. Feels pretty good. 0-1 against mono red. Unacceptable. Frustrating. I don't know how this keeps happening, but we will correct it. Do not worry about that. 100% win rate on the play. This is the latest version where we took out Shadow's Verdict and added Extinction Event. 86% win rate, 6-1. So, is it a real deck? Can this deck compete? I mean, first of all, as far as wildcard output, crafting Kroxa, you probably already did it. It's a pretty competitive card. TERGRID's a rare. That one you might feel a bit. I understand if that's not up your alley. Prismari Command is a rare, but it seems like one of the best cards in the set. After that, there's actually a lot of uncommons. I don't know if you want to craft Maze Mind Tome at this phase, but you could also run Behold the Multiverse, I think, and it would be totally fine. And Expressive Iteration is an uncommon, so not the most expensive deck I have ever brought you before. So I hope some of you craft it, try it out, let me know how it goes. Posting that kind of stuff in the Discord really helps. And see if it's a real deck. On that note, we're going to get to the member shout out. And I said you could see how to watch the other games with this deck. We played it on stream. It was most of a stream that I played. The title of that stream, nice and clickbaity, is called Ignoring My Wife on Her Birthday. And the stream VODs get posted on YouTube for members only. And that is pretty sweet. Because if you like things like 2x speed on your VODs and not having to leave the comforts of your favorite app/website, YouTube, then as a member, hitting the join button below, you can get access to all the Twitch action a day delayed and watch it for yourself. And there's a bunch of games with this deck, so hopefully you like it. Let's shout out our latest members since we're on the subject. Thank you very much to Sebastian, Francisco, Oddvar, Joe, Jeremy, and Alex for continuing to support the channel. I really appreciate it. We're going to pick up this cosmetic, gorgeous TERGRID, God of Fright, in your honor, because we finally found a deck for this lady, and I hope that you really enjoyed the video. I hope it was worth the wait. I know I have laughed at this card and told people again and again with some hint of resignation in my voice, I just can't make it work. But I think I found a home we can all enjoy for the God of Fright. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.